Within the perplexing state of Nevada, you'll find 1/4 of a beautiful lake, Naruto running alien lovers, and thirsty reservoirs supplying golf courses in the middle of a desert. However, today we'll be exploring the entertainment capital of the world and all that it has to offer. From the triple-digit summer temperatures to its famous 4-mile asphalt strip of debauchery. Whether you're visiting to fuel your crippling gambling addiction or using the airport to venture the wealth of national parks within Nevada's Mormon neighbor, just remember, what happens here stays here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Jacob here. Welcome to Destinations Explained, a fun series I do that dives into destinations from around the world. If you haven't already, like this video, watch till the end, and down below, comment any places I missed. The city of Las Vegas, Nevada, can trace its rich history back to the turn of the 20th century. After its founding in 1905, this lively city in the Mojave Desert quickly became a favorite destination for gamblers and those seeking a thrilling nightlife. Since its incorporation in 1911, Las Vegas has developed into a global mecca for the entertainment industry. Thousands of people were drawn into the area in the 1930s to work on the Hoover Dam, causing a dramatic increase in the city's population. After Bugsy Siegel opened the Flamingo Hotel and Casino in the 1940s, Las Vegas became a major tourist destination. The Sahara, the Riviera, and the Stardust were just a few of the city's most famous casinos to open their doors in the 50s and 60s. On top of that, there's been significant growth in Las Vegas since the 1970s, when resorts like the MGM Marina Casino and Hotel first opened their doors to visitors. New mega resorts and an overall expansion of the Las Vegas Strip, a 4-mile stretch of Las Vegas Boulevard lined with casinos, hotels, and other attractions in the 1980s gave a significant boost to the city's tourism industry, which continues to dominate till this day. Today, Las Vegas has a population of around 650,000 people, with a total metro population over 2 million. Summer temperatures have an average high of 107 degrees Fahrenheit, with an average low of 67 degrees Fahrenheit, while winter temperatures have an average high of 59 degrees Fahrenheit and an average low of 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Vegas has become a popular destination for people all around the globe. Vacationers flock here to partake in the city's renowned bar scene, breathtaking sights, and top-notch shows. So, let's check them out. Let's start with what's possibly the #1 tourist attraction in the United States. The city's primary tourist area, where the vast majority of visitors spend the most of their time due to the high concentration of resort hotels, casinos, entertainment venues, and eateries, the Las Vegas Strip. The Strip is a 4.2-mile-long section just south of the Las Vegas city limits that attracts millions of visitors every year. You can check out the High Roller, which stands 550 feet high and is the world's second tallest Ferris wheel, or walk over to the Bellagio Hotel and Casino, which has an 8.5-acre artificial lake and is home to the famous Fountains of Bellagio, a water show choreographed to music. In addition to the hotel itself, the Bellagio Conservatory and the Botanical Gardens is worth checking out too. Hungry? The Strip has everything from $900 caviar to Taco Bell, but here's my choices. First, there's the Lila in the Wynn Las Vegas Hotel. Chandeliers, a fireplace, and a live jazz band create the perfect atmosphere for a classic Las Vegas fine dining experience. Also located at the Wynn is Bar Parasol, an oasis of expertly crafted cocktails, champagnes, and caviar-inspired small bites decked out in whimsical parasols. Then there's Secret Pizza, home to some of the best pie in Vegas, with a line that snakes all the way down a long hallway covered with old records in the Cosmopolitan Hotel. And when talking Vegas, you can't forget to mention the buffets. Also at the Cosmopolitan, I'd recommend Wicked Spoon for its unique options such as bone marrow, squid ink pasta, and elote. And don't skip the gelato. If your hotel or the place you're staying isn't on the Strip or not even close, definitely stop by the Strip for a day to take it all in. From the sights of the Strip, you can head to an immersive entertainment space that features art exhibits, virtual reality experiences, axe throwing, a zip line, and a flight simulator, all set in a wacky parallel universe, Area 15. After 10 p.m., Area 15 becomes a 21+ area, but is free and open to all ages before then. However, you'll need an entry pass to get in, and some activities may cost extra. Meow Wolf's famous Omega Mart supermarket is the highlight. A walk-in beverage cooler leads you into a strange supermarket with optical illusions, interactive art, and hidden passages, where you'll discover portals to surrealist worlds and playable environments. Tickets are around $50 during the week and $60 on the weekends. Just a few miles west of downtown is the nature-focused complex with a preserve, botanical gardens, walking paths, and museums. Springs Preserve. Commonly known as the birthplace of Las Vegas, this 180-acre cultural institution honors the city's rich history and provides a vision for a sustainable future. The site's been on the National Register of Historical Places since 1978, when it was recognized as the area's first permanent human settlement, and its water supply for the indigenous inhabitants. The Oregon and Nevada State Museums provide interesting insights into the city's past. Over 1,000 different kinds of desert and desert-adapted plants in the botanical garden, trails, train rides, and activities for kids. They strongly encourage that you buy your tickets online ahead of time due to the high volume of traffic, especially on weekends. These last few tour spots are all located in downtown Vegas, starting at the sprawling 24-hour mall featuring a massive LED canopy with access to casinos, restaurants, and entertainment. This is the Fremont Street Experience. Famous hotels and live music can be found here, and people watching is second to none. The famous Slotzilla is a slot machine-themed zip line that flies above the heads of gawking tourists, where your defenseless body is proudly dangling for all to see. For $54, you can ride 7 stories high, flying 2 city blocks, seated on the Fly Zipzilla, or soar 11 stories high, flying 5 city blocks, superhero style, on the Fly Superhero Zoom for $74. If you're easily disoriented by bright lights or have fear of heights, I wouldn't recommend this. But my mom did it on her 50th birthday, so no pressure. A few blocks down Fremont Street is this unique outdoor mall made out of 40 repurposed shipping containers and features a variety of stores, eateries, and even a courtyard with a playground. Downtown Container Park. Sure, this is one of the more kid-friendly spots in Sin City, but who brings their kids to Vegas anyway? One of the most popular attractions is the 40-foot tall mantis, which comes to life at dusk and shoots giant fire flames 6 stories high. There's also the lawn, which features weekly live performances, Lego blocks, a graffiti wall, and checkerboards, as well as a playground with a treehouse, a 33-foot slide, and a dynamic environment for kids and adults. Oh, and this is Vegas, so there's also a wedding chapel on site. You know, just in case the moment arises. The final stop of this section is a museum located just half a mile away that chronicles the rise of organized crime in the United States, the Mob Museum. You can experience interactive exhibits on the stories of the mob's rise and law enforcement's response in a historical building. Check out some cool stuff like weapons, police and mob boss memorabilia, and courtroom films. There's even a ripped out section of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre wall that still has bullet holes and bloodstains. Make sure to lick it like the Willy Wonka wallpaper to get the full immersive experience. Visit the speakeasy for cocktails and a distillery tour, or explore the stories, images, and artifacts of the Prohibition era in the underground, located down some basement stairs. There's different ticket packages online, but the $45 deluxe pass is the most popular. Now let's head to the nature and recreational section of the video. You could start your outdoorsy day by grabbing some brunch from the soon-to-be-mentioned Echo and Rig Butcher and Steakhouse, or you can make a smarter choice with today's sponsor, Magic Spoon. A healthy cereal that tastes too good to be true. If you're like me, you check a second bag just to bring the world's best sugar-free cereal. I start my day off right with a bowl. The frosted flavor's my favorite. I may even just bring it with me to go on my adventure. No, Jacob, not like that. That's better. Click the link below to grab a variety pack and try it today. And be sure to use the promo code VENTURE at checkout to get $5 off any order. Or go to magicspoon.com/venture. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Click the link below and use the code VENTURE for $5 off, or go to magicspoon.com/venture to save $5 today. In a town where the tourism slogan focuses on keeping secrets, it's only natural that the stunning hiking trails in and around this oasis in a desert are relatively unknown. Hikers of all experience levels can get away from the city's constant noise and slot machines by taking a short drive to a jackpot of trails just outside of town. Starting close, just 20 minutes southeast of the Strip, is this massive county park offering jogging trails, sports fields, and a 9-acre lake, Sunset Park. If you don't feel like venturing too far from the center of town but still want to replace your indoor lighting with some natural light, then this is the place to go. Since 1967, the entire Las Vegas Valley has benefited from the Sunset Regional Park, the crown jewel of the county's park system, complete with a disc golf course, a dog park, and a variety of sports fields and courts, as well as a playground and splash pad for kids. Visiting in autumn, catch the Age of Chivalry Renaissance Festival, which is held there every fall. The park is located right next to the airport too, so it makes for a good first or last stop by before flying in or out. Now, let's talk about something a little more exciting. About 15 miles west of the Strip is Nevada's first National Conservation Area, which is visited by over 2 million people annually. Red Rock Canyon. The scenic 13-mile one-way loop road through the canyon is a highlight and does require a reservation. There's also 2 popular trails that are suitable for those seeking a more leisurely hike. The first is the trail to Turtlehead Peak. This trail goes out and back for about 4.6 miles and gains nearly 2,000 feet in elevation gain. It's one of the more challenging hikes, but it's one of the most accessible peaks and offers the best panoramic views of Red Rock Canyon. The other I like is Calico Tanks Trail. This trail is less challenging, at only 2.2 miles, out and back with a 400-foot elevation gain. The hills on this route are dotted with sandstone formations that must be climbed in order to reach Calico Tank, which, depending on the season, may be dry, full of water, or frozen solid. Now it's time to depart from the city to areas that are pretty much only attainable by car. Unless you want to spend $200 on an Uber to the middle of the desert. One of the highest mountains in Nevada is located approximately 45 minutes to the northwest of the city. This mountain features a ski lodge, a number of hiking trails, and a small restaurant. Mount Charleston. There's 2 popular trails. The first being the Mary Jane Falls Trail, which is a 3.9-mile out and back trail with over 1,000 feet in elevation gain. There is a waterfall at the end, but it's more of a trickle. The other is the Fletcher Canyon Trail, which is a 4.2-mile out and back trail with over 1,200 feet in elevation. This path winds past some pine and mahogany trees and a spring where various types of flora are flourishing. In case you want to make a day trip out of your visit, the Mount Charleston Lodge has a restaurant at the peak of the mountain at an altitude over 7,700 feet. Or pay a visit to Lee Canyon during the colder months when skiing, snowboarding, and sledding are all possible. That's right, that same city that hit 116 degrees Fahrenheit just a year ago has ski slopes. It also has a famous lake, dropping water levels faster than Liz Truss's political reign. Yeah, though this lake is in peril, it's protected by the National Park Service and is home to Joshua trees, slot canyons, and night skies illuminated by the Milky Way. We're heading to America's first and largest national recreation area, Lake Mead. Now, this year-round playground spreads across 1.5 million acres of mountains, canyon valleys, and 2 vast lakes. So let me narrow down some of the greatest hits. The Hoover Dam, a major tourist destination, is located on a state line between Nevada and Arizona. This impressive human endeavor at the height of 60 stories dams the Colorado River and generates enough hydroelectric power to supply 1.3 million people annually. If you're feeling really adventurous, the dam can be viewed from the Railroad Tunnel Trail, an 8.2-mile out and back hike. This route offers stunning views of Lake Mead in the Boulder Basin, in addition to historical relics from the construction of the Hoover Dam. Need more action than that? Check out marinas and local adventure companies nearby like Blazin' Paddles for some incredible kayaking tours. It's not often that I give up a night of luxury on my stained motel bed in exchange for sleeping under the stars, but Lake Mead is the perfect place to do just that, so definitely check out the reservations for camping online. Next up, this park, which spans over 40,000 acres, is home to petrified trees and petroglyphs more than 2,000 years old. It's famous for its bright red Aztec sandstone outcrops that are nestled in gray and tan limestone. Valley of Fire State Park. The convenience and ease of getting to this park's remarkable scenery is a major selling point. The main road winds past some stunning eroded rock scenery, but the 6 miles of Moose's Tank Road that branches north of the visitor center and leads to countless incredible hiking trails are unrivaled. Check out the Petroglyph Canyon Trail, a super easy hike at less than a mile out and back and barely any elevation gain. This is probably the most accessible way for visitors to view petroglyphs. Or take the scenic drive all the way down Moose's Tank Road to the White Domes Trail, a 1.1 mile loop with around 200 feet in elevation gain that leads you through gorgeous rock formations and slot canyons. You may even see some bighorn sheep. Just don't pet them. Lastly, I could easily fill up 20 minutes of video just talking about this park. So I'm gonna try to get through this last nature destination as quickly as possible. Earlier, when I mentioned Nevada's Mormon neighbor, I was referring to my favorite reason to fly into Vegas, to rent a car and drive into Utah, to the best national park in the United States, Zion National Park. 2.5 hours from Las Vegas is home to Angel's Landing, perhaps one of the most famous hikes in the world. Or should I say, infamous. Anyone in relatively good shape can make this heavenly hike of around 5 miles in about 1,500 feet in elevation gain. But the steep switchbacks and sheer drop-offs can be mentally taxing. The first part of the trail is a pleasant stroll through the woods, and after several twists and turns, you reach Scout Lookout, whose breathtaking panorama views already make the entire journey worthwhile. The final half mile, however, is the most interesting, as the rest of the trail follows the ridge across the saddle and up the Hog's Back. Here's when things start to get a little hairy, and you become very grateful for the bolted-in chains. But by God, when that's all said and done, you'll be rewarded with a life-changing view of the valley. Ugh, man, I don't even think these pictures are doing it justice. Here, just look at this. You start here, down in the valley, okay, whatever. Then you do a nice little trail, switchbacks, and then boom, through here, this crevice. And then you finally get here. And you're like, oh, this is a pretty cool view, right? Wrong. You gotta keep going. You gotta go all the way up this little thing. But look how skinny it is, isn't it? Look at this. You just fall right off. Left, right, boom, dead. But you know what? Maybe it's worth it. Look at this. Look at that view. Is that what you want? All you gotta do is risk your life. Okay, let's move on. If you want to check out other trails in the park, look up the Zion Narrows Riverside Walk or something simple like the Zion Canyon Overlook Trail. The park is super popular and began requiring permits for certain hikes. So please do your research and let's move on to the restaurant section of the video. Steak. Bloody sliced muscle fibers that we spend dozens of our hard-earned cash on. Las Vegas hosts some of the best places to eat these grilled cow gains, but where should you go? If you want to go all out, just off the strip, you'll find Herbs and Rye. This place has a speakeasy vibe and a deep cocktail list sorted by era, but we're not here to discuss their amazing, delectable cocktails that I definitely don't want, and I'm not going to mention their creamy pastas or shareable flatbreads either. No, we're here to talk steak. All cuts are sourced from responsibly raised corn-fed cows that are free of hormones, steroids, and aren't allowed to listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, allowing the cattle to develop naturally and produce delicious beef. I don't know if that made your mouth water or your brain hurt, but choose from a list of flat irons, strips, ribeyes, or filet mignons, and don't look back. If you're looking for a no-nonsense steakhouse where you can get some of the best food on the planet, then head on over to Echo and Rig Butcher and Steakhouse. Owner Sam Marvin reintroduces the concept of a neighborhood butcher shop, beginning with a glass meat locker at the entrance that provides a view into the butcher shop. Begin with their famous portobello fries and herb aioli before selecting your favorite cut, which is cooked over red oak, served with homemade garlic chips and mushroom Rockefeller. And don't forget to save room for dessert. The abundance of tourists and willing spenders in Vegas attracts chefs from all over the world. If you have a passion for the culinary scene or watch an unhealthy amount of Top Chef, I'm looking at you, Michael. You might be surprised just how many chefs have set up shop in the desert paradise. What follows is a short list of places that I think are particularly noteworthy and recommended you check out. Boy, do I love Thai food. And boy, does chef and sommelier Bank Acharawan know how to serve it at Lamai. This is not your typical Thai restaurant, and it's more upscale than most. The Penang Crispy Duck, a deep-fried duck breast served in Penang curry sauce, is a top pick. Next, we have Roy Choi, a well-known Los Angeles chef, who opened a Korean-Mexican fusion restaurant, Best Friend, on a strip back in 2018. When you first walk into Best Friend, let's just say it's a bit different than other Las Vegas restaurants. Kimchi fried rice, slippery shrimp, short rib tacos. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my favorite restaurant in the city. Next, located southwest of town, lies the Black Sheep, a chic Vietnamese American restaurant. Slow braised short rib, salmon skin tacos, fried beef crisps, and a fan favorite chocolate tres leches are just a few examples of how Chef Jamie Tran combines familiar flavors and modern preparation techniques to create the restaurant's most popular dishes. Okay, I know all those were Asian-like restaurants, so I'll make this last one a bit different. After years of experience in steakhouse kitchens on a Las Vegas strip, Chef Patrick Munster brings his own unique spin to classic comfort foods in the downtown arts district of Main Street Provisions. Before walking over next door to the soon-to-be-mentioned Velveteen Rabbit for after-dinner drinks, stock up on provisions and shared plates of their smoked meats and homemade rabbit boudin. You may just want to stop by the Arts District if you share my aversion to being harassed by club promoters on a strip who want me to come finger bomb a single mom. Yeah, that really happens. There's just far too many excellent eating and drinking establishments in the downtown Arts District to list them all, but here's 3 that I love. First, let's start with the Cornish Pasty Co. This unpretentious eatery serves up traditional English fare in addition to pasties, which are essentially British empanadas. There's many vegetarian and vegan options, as well as some more out there choices, like hatch chili burger pasties, chicken tikka masala pasties, and even Guinness stew pasties. Next, the seasonal menu at Esther's Kitchen draws from the best the West Coast and Italy have to offer, while still staying true to Italian culinary customs. There's nothing to dislike about Esther's, from the pleasant atmosphere to the expert preparation and presentation of each dish. Begin with some of their famous house-made sourdough bread with a selection of creative spreads, and don't miss out on their incredible cocktails. Lastly, just south of the district, you'll find Viva Las Arepas, everything you could ever want from a tucked-away Venezuelan eatery, including empanadas, cachapas, and of course, arepas. To complete your meal, grab some pastelitos to go and try a traditional Venezuelan soda like Frescolita or Malta Polar. Okay, I think we hit the quota on restaurants, but I just want to shout out one more. The final restaurant on the list is a trendy counter-service restaurant housed in a remodeled Taco Bell from the 1990s, serving burgers inspired by Japanese cuisine in a vibrant indoor-outdoor setting. Fuku Burger. Visitors should order the Fuku Burger, also known as the Lucky Burger, which is an all-beef patty topped with American cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, wasabi mayo, and Fuku sauce. Complement that with a serving of their jazz fries, which come smothered in togarashi garlic, brown gravy, and crack sauce. Just don't ask what's in the crack sauce. But if you need to score some more, I know a guy. My favorite coffee shop in Vegas is hidden behind thick wooden doors in a nondescript parking lot in Chinatown, and it never ceases to charm its customers. Gäbi Coffee and Bakery. There's a wide range of specialty and classic tea and coffee drinks available, as well as other cafe eats and desserts. They also have ube cake, a traditional Filipino dessert made with ube halaya. Like most dishes made with ube in the Philippines, it has a distinct vivid purple color. If you find magenta-colored sugar pies kinda weird, then wait till you hear about this next spot. On this channel, if I'm gonna pick a dessert place in town, it's either gonna be one that offers something truly delicious and memorable, or it's gonna be one that relies on a gimmick to attract customers. And today, I'm going with the latter, at Creamberry. You can get rolled up ice cream, milkshakes with crazy toppings, fluffy waffles, and even ice cream made from that purple stuff I don't even think I pronounced correctly. However, their crowning achievement is undoubtedly the cotton candy burrito. Pick an ice cream flavor and some toppings, and they'll wrap it up in cotton candy to make what can only be described as My Little Pony diarrhea. Yeah, I'd highly recommend booking a dentist appointment the second you get home, or maybe hit up your hepatologist, because we're heading to the bar scenes and nightlife section of the video. That's like a liver doctor. So that's a joke. Let's start this section back in my favorite part of Vegas, the downtown arts district. Next to the aforementioned Main Street Provisions, we have a sibling-run bar with a vintage vibe and a great selection of cocktails and beer, Velveteen Rabbit. Outside on the lovely pink patio, you'll find vintage furniture, artwork by local artists, and a curated collection of boutique spirits to complement their carefully crafted seasonal cocktail menus. Sip on delicious concoctions like the Mole Hot Cocoa, which combines mezcal, buttered mole hot cocoa batter, and a toasted marshmallow on top. Or my personal favorite, the Queen's Cup, which blends Lady Grey tea-infused gin with cucumber, blackberry, pomegranate, lemon, angostura, and ginger ale. This bar is a nice alternative to the typical sketchy bars that you usually see in Vegas. Nearby, in the Gateway District, is home to a beer lover's paradise that looks like a 1970s den thanks to its wooden paneled walls, low ceilings, and vintage beer memorabilia. The Silver Stamp. Ever since I discussed the Sycamore Den in my San Diego video, it appears that a new trend has emerged of people enjoying what can only be described as drinking at a dive bar in Eric Foreman's basement. Everything a beer drinker could want is here. From domestic to local crafts, to imported European specialties in draft, bottles, and cans. Although it's not particularly fancy, beer aficionados will appreciate the availability of rare brews, and will be able to kick back and relax in an unpretentious atmosphere. The next stop is a tiki bar that's open 24 hours a day, dripping with kitschy decor and serving drinks that are both fruity and strong. Frankie's Tiki Room. Nothing beats a tiki bar for a night out. Surf rock on a jukebox, friendly bartenders, and souvenir tiki mugs to take home as well. Start with something light like the Lava Lech, a lecherous cocktail made with demon rum, brandy, raspberry liqueur, and ginger beer. Or go hard with the Nakalele Knockout, a mixture of rums, hibiscus, and lime. Frankie's is a one-of-a-kind experience that will definitely blow your mind. This family-owned establishment, which first opened its doors in 1985, is notable for its extensive wine list and excellent presentation of traditional Italian dishes, including vegan, gluten-free, and paleo options. Ferraro's Ristorante. If you're feeling overwhelmed by Ferraro's extensive wine list, which at like 70 pages, let's face it, who wouldn't be? But for assistance in selecting the ideal wine, merely ask the sommelier for advice. Come for the happy hour specials on wine and small plates of authentic Italian cuisine served daily from 5 to 7 p.m. The service is impeccable, the wine is superb, and the pasta sauce will surely find its way onto your nice clothes. There's no better place to drink, play, and win on the Las Vegas Strip than our last spot found in the MGM Grand Hotel. Here, you'll find a veritable adult playground complete with nightly entertainment, live sports on giant TVs, and an endless supply of arcade games. At Level Up, there's bowling, pool, ping pong, beer pong, shuffleboard, and a giant wall-mounted Pac-Man. They even have an insane space for VR gaming, with enough room for 8 people to be immersed into a digital world where you can walk long distances, interact with other players, and complete heart-pounding challenges. If you're like me and not really into crowded nightclubs, but still want to dance, drink, and socialize to live music, then this spot is for you. So there you have it. The desert city that is Las Vegas is a magnificent one. And while I can see why some people might find its reputation as seedy and unappealing, I still believe it to be a charming place with a thriving history and culture. I make surveys here on YouTube to let you, the people, pick the next city. So subscribe and keep an eye out for the next one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, and while you're at it, comment which city I should do next down below.